أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لقد صدق الله رسوله الرؤيا بالحق لتدخلن المسجد الحرام إن شاء الله آمنين محلقين رؤوسكم ومقصرين لا تخافون فعلم ما لم تعلموا فجعل من دون ذلك فتحا قريبا. هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله وكفى بالله شهيدا. محمد رسول الله والذين معه أشداء على الكفار رحماء بينهم تراهم ركعا سجدا يبتغون فضلا من الله ورضوانا سيماهم في وجوههم من أثر السجود ذلك مثلهم في التوراة ومثلهم في الإنجيل كزرع أخرج شطأه فآزره فاستغلظ فاستوى على سوقه يعجب الزراع ليغيظ بهم الكفار. وعد الله الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات منهم مغفرة وأجرا عظيما. صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah khairan, Hafejee, for that beautiful recitation of the Quran. Let me all greet you with the universal salutations of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I think you can do better than that. I know we haven't served lunch yet. Yeah? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I don't think we'll need to serve lunch now, it's about in a second. So let me first start with a few apologies. Unfortunately, we are running slightly behind time. Usually at this stage, I talk about GMT, which is Gujarati Mean Time. But this is IMT, which is Indian Mean Time, unfortunately, we're 10 minutes late. We've also got an apology from one of our speakers, who unfortunately is unable to be with us today despite his best efforts, and he sends his apologies. Inshallah, we have otherwise an amazing collection of speakers for you. So for those of you that are not aware or fortunate enough to know who I am, my name is Shaukat Patel, and I'm a resident of Leicester. So for those of you who are still looking confused, it's Leicester Sharif. I think most of you know it better as mashallah. So alhamdulillah, we are here today, and I can see many people who are presented themselves today are people who are active in the field in some shape or form of preserving or advancing their communities, whether it be the Muslim community or the minority communities here in the UK and abroad. And indeed, we have international collection of speakers for you today, people from India, people from America, people from the European continent as well, who have all come here today to say a few words. And as I've said, many of you will have attended conferences, have applauded at conferences, have dined at conferences, and gone back feeling really good about ourselves. But I think what is fundamental and I can see from the quality of the individuals that are here today, that this is not what it's about. What it's about is we learn the lessons from what we hear and we take it forward. Otherwise, we will still be in the situation before this conference. And this could be about anything, any issue. So it's imperative that what we hear today, that we formulate and we make a commitment that we will take home some action points. Otherwise, the community, and in particular I can talk about the Muslim community, we will always be in a perpetual state of reactionism. We'll be constantly fighting fires. I often joke with people that I know that I'm very much surprised that there's no more Muslim firemen than they are, because we're constantly fighting fires as a Muslim community. So inshallah, if we can take the steps today, that we will engage to the best of our capacity to enhance the Muslim community, then inshallah in 10, 15 years, our children will not be having the same conference for the same issue. They will have their own challenges. We are only here sitting on the shoulders of giants. When our forefathers came here in the 50s, 60s and 70s, they made immense amount of sacrifices to ensure that we are in the situation that we are in today, to the best of their capacity. The challenges we face today are incredibly and completely different to that they faced. And if we do not rise to this challenge, then our existence in this country will become very, very difficult. So I'm confident that each and every one of you will take home the messages that we'll be listening today, put them into practice, and inshallah we will be secure a better future, not just for the Indian community or the Muslim community, but for the wider community. And ending on a Chinese proverb, they say that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Because if we do not do it today, we'll have no shade in the future. So with that in mind, there's going to be a repeat of the message of what we will require from this event. First of all, whether you're a Muslim or from another faith group or no faith group, we require spiritual support. That goes without saying. Your du'as, your prayers are always requested, because we believe in the strength that that provides. We will also need your physical support. This is a very young, infant organization which we are launching today. We will need your support in terms of volunteers, in terms of your contacts, in terms of your networking, and that will become clearer as the program proceeds. And as always, we will need your financial support. So inshallah, with that in mind, I really want you to hold on to that after each and every talk, that this is how we will progress forward, otherwise we will be in the same position as we have always been. So without further delay, I'm going to introduce our first guest. This young gentleman, mashallah, Maulana's open name, is a local individual. He studied being a religious seminary in 3 continents. And mashallah, after that he has come back and taking a very important conventional role in his mosque as an imam. He is engaged in lots of activities which is benefiting the wider society. And as Indians and as Muslims, we have constantly done that. So he is working on food banks, he's working on the mental health issues, and he's assisting people from all walks of life. And I think he's very important as a first speaker because that is the cohesiveness that we want to maintain. And that is the cohesive we want to promote. So with that, inshallah, if Maulana Zulqarnain could come to the stage and enlighten us with a few words.